Okay, Raso Yansa Mtwaso Mfriane, the 7th of June 2022. Meaning, they are all year, na fashion team say at the end of the day, Nankopon aboard what to assassin so. O free what they all can't see microphone and ask yourselves again now so the any quan so there was a own shen and no nama Ghana to say the tear. Into no yin I ask them. And any papa could be asem nti yenhwe na yenko na there we am kan ho asem say eti ha nipa be say 1 point something billion wa Africa e say 44 million for bi kunti e kombisi ha when you listen to some of these things untimi ntiase and then yankopa ya dom penifo Adjei say omuni be kasa say ohwe mensa benkunso do ho a obehunu say Alhaji you see Fufana on the government spokesperson on social service Alhaji Akwaba.
Yeah, what to say?
Yankopa Daroma also
you look very good this morning.
Oh yeah, Yankopa ase. Yankopa China Yankopa ya doma.
Amen.
My birthday.
Oh, congratulations in advance. And I don't know.
Yeah, Honorable Timothy on the in charge of Yibima.
Oh, I see. And I don't know.
Nana, Nto American so sorry, political analyst. Obani Akwaba.
Yeja.
Na boko de.
Eja Daruma ene mpaibo.
Adosu fo nyina ho ye.
Oh, adosu ye ho ye na ya kwan na enye.
Akwan no ya na no ye kan ho asem.
Yeah.
I think say o say ye hwe na.
Yeah.
Ma ye be share the camera kofa so.
Because
what
you are fi ho ba no.
Un say na ye apesma ka hene e wo adosu. Into ampa nka on be bisa no asem. Enti the camera be kofa so. Honorable Timothy Atabuate Awentri. Bibi aye boko de.
Oh yeah, the nyamia se so amaya nkwa, amaya pomudi amaya betena. Si bibi enye po a nyame no amaya dom, amaya nkwa, which is the greatest of all. You know, once God's love and his loving kindness has been bestowed on us, I think it's the best. There's no amount of riches or conditions that is more than that. Yeah, the nyamia se.
Me I am pemo so we catch him say me share this me am me say no to say because a full lecture. Me say this say oh to say lecture obema wan.
Yes, we have to give the lecture so that people will be able to understand because there are a man for with bro honomo. I had to say that my sheda and I'm hundi koso. So if you don't give the lecture and do emphasis, it means that you are talking basically to a deaf and dumb fellow. And also no so share problem no movie. Onumpona no chire na sia my lectures no. My lectures no boy the idea.
Seriously. If you omongaza.
That's it.
Honorable former member of parliament for Bolsa North. Obisi mimsa so unya abesa kobiu.
Oh, certainly, me nyambeko. Certainly, obi anyambeko. Ojuma wonya abesa yebiom.
Tell me, me incumbent.
Yes, if you're incumbent, you can always go up. That is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
You don't. You are not thinking of remaining there.
Yeah.
And we are politicians from old. Nyambeko, so we go on board now. Questions now. They ban them board. On premise or team after the program, I want to see you.
Yeah,
come and take some $200,000.
On family.
Over editorial. Over editorial.
There is a name be a kokoso. National security keeps updating us. Who said this is what is going on, this is what coming for. Say, who the ekoso or minimum, and then we will take our personal security seriously. Now, who there was because most of these terrorist attacks, and them ekoso no, mpempia na insecure and edeba. The Inter-American system was saying, say, now no, the esi Otogo police for no. Se soldier ni se police ni etoche na wampena makwa na ntutu no who said nkrofo botwi ebetwonti na explosives bi na ewo nipa no ho ankade ni besi the information we are getting how helpful are they? Information and also security intelligence and about they yet me who know the difference and omni that I like me the shots here afro so do you say there now national security person on my see something say something we will see something we will call nobody picks up idea everybody in him says kasam why day and yes, say a budget and advertising. You can be on our social media handles. We are doing it. Then national security person chirpa to us. Then I will share Ghana for now and Kasatman also. I was here near
Yo, midawase. Yamin Shrao. Mamin Fakwinya so and chair and now him to ni former member of parliament. Nananto.
Oh, he need the one film.
Yes, sir. No, party member. Only the former general secretary.
Oh, ski media man. General secretary.
Fans are check.
We didn't know back a crack. And one case we wish you an advance happy birthday.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Celebrity yet another milestone. I mean, you better not see. It's not here. Original TV ahwefo ni etiefo nyina ne di kan say terrorism no nanka mre bi ye ka semia about terrorism na nanka ewo chiri say Africa ne yenka ho na ewo Middle East baby na eninam ena say ye wo mo a ena some eastern part of Africa. Then the Libyan war. Yedi Kotu, Gaddafi, Efre Okonyano, so factionalism. And though that was where say group in Sino started. I say how it came about. And the started almost descend the Eba into Mali, into Niger, into Burkina Faso, and now almost on the Gulf of Guinea. A war, baby, a war, two war, baby, almost in West Africa. Ghana pet and yebeda nyamia say BBC NCA and all thanks and praises to Allah. Yeah, share way nyina no so no. Na ye bisa you say why Ghana? The area no because I did international relations and diplomacy in one of my masters. Anytime operation no, they also look for friendly nations where they can call safe havens. And they have seen Ghana as one of it. Me can say to me, see, no right, a bit to me see, because in every groupings, Ghana has been a friendly nation in West Africa. Since time immemorial. Will be to me Baha and Kwadanu in Namquans almost free those areas, Niger and Mali, the northern part of Nigeria. All the beggars you see, they are not from Ghana or not in Ghana. All the beggars you see. So they see Ghana as a friendly nation. Sana operation. Where they will run to come and hide. And then they can strike again. That's what they do. That's their operations. Who watch even in the Middle East, they have some friendly nations almost attack it. Because they know, say, they have place they can go to hide and strike. Because that nation has not been hostile to them. And I thank God, say Ghana, yedi yehu anko jise yeko boy obumuni yako fight yomo. Yes, answer they target you because per se this is what has also helped us over the years. That's one of it. And I mean, san kase nun chirese omuntumi strike. Inti medda nyamiase asan kase senior national security nso Adjei afa asemo omu pese omu protect the citizens of this country. You know, I think it's laudable. We need to commend them because near Omuye, I'm coming from the northern part of Ghana, though I was born, bred, and here, typical Adabraka boy. But just 2-3 weeks ago, I was coming from that place, and it tells you the Omu on the ground. I know MP is coming from Bulsa North, eh? Yeah. Bulsa North. Maybe on also bet me akan ya who are northern part of this country. But that notwithstanding, near Mehunu Swa, a son saying in Iowa Bemo, I met me akan say. Omweni were northern parts because they are descending, but they are all the security is all over the place. It's all more beef security in all our borders this time around because ye kasa no ne ye ahwe yi because nkrofo yi senior omo operations no you can't tell betumi atwu adwen akọ one part then they strike in another part that is how they operate and now no omo anya groupings do a omo dey adwuma no you can't tell whether it's Boko Haram, whether it's ISIS, whether it's Omudoso, Al-Qaeda groupings, Al-Qaeda, Baku Be Nsia, Sisia, Mini Ukasei. And they operate everywhere. And they look for nations, Ana, Omanya, Omwoska, Mikaska, and yes, cash, Skasi, Gold,
resources,
diamond
resources,
oil, bauxite. Then they look for those areas. And so it's almost striker, they know what they are going to benefit from those way. Into operation no ama, Abibia Otisono. And that is what this government is doing. And now
information I national security they might do they how do they find ben or fast being say in processing information I which how do they intend us? I mean they how do they expect us to process information to do what?
Okay. One will say, some say idea NC will chrome her because near over the years, coup d'etats anyway, and only name. Now a ban will say terrorist and extremist activities, who be that. Ibin si wagana and suda. Inti near omu yen say for now no omu paper be a marking kind is community based because one yen sana. Community now because started anya grounds as start your operations, So anya idea and information about what is happening, they will not be able to give out information. Into all district assemblies across the country have been taxed, say, nyina ni ahimfu, ni religious bodies, across the country, omunye ejuma hand in hand. Send ye who suspicious activities of strangers. Omonon sono nan saying ni omo ye ni say. They are not in turbans, so. And yet they be no omu rap omu face ni debi. They come in open like we do, and omunya grounds now. Some almost started ISID to identify themselves because omu call grounds no go hit here. On themselves way coming home into on target, That's what how they operate.
Do you think national security has been strategic in Kwaku Faso? My information, for instance, because they said they're okay.
Yeah.
They also listen to radio stations.
Yeah.
They listen to what the budgets need their governments are allocated for security. I mean, they want to have enough information so they will almost strategize it. So the kind of information and national security they might And then I'm gonna say how strategic now more. In information of the mind.
I think it depends on baby Nipano Ojina because I believe says the best of information. Okay. Because omo anya no opener, ye hu ne ekoso. Ne enunti na medi kan say okọ communities na omo nim ne ekoso kra because ne aye kan ye tra ha ne ye kan okọ baby a ya bobodin say omo ye activities, omo ye suspicious moves How would they hear? Then ne beba omo beti ase. And let me tell you one thing. That has also kept this nation safe from what we read, from what we learned. Unim said Ghana, although Yenim said there's so much gap between the north-south divide, but we have done so well over the years. From Nkrumah Mreso, all governments have done so much. Send you to me a bridge gap. Indeed, yes, the five northern regions still remain the poorest regions, but at least so much have been done there, and we need to do more. Inti enonso ama that say ubeba be conscientize obi so easily no edin nipa no be person obeba ha be ni kaya yo anya bibi edi dan say ubeba it's not easy. And number 2 nso no oba religiously nso no Christians edo so chen but our state is not neither a Christian country or a constitution nor a Muslim country. E ma ye nyina who say a secular state ye nyina ye freedom of worship uhwe senia ye munyina na ye nyina ya gi asofo na omo ye Christians na senia mo gi chief imam atum nti Ghana enye easy for them to operate because in this country only this country in West Africa obe who say northern akwara Santini akwara Igbeni nti that kind of thing Muslim say my wife onye Muslim on free north or a southerner gang ever Wow, into that kind of way, they look at all these things before they go into a country to operate. Ghana ain't fertile grounds on ma omo. But as I always say, information from national security, say ye na omo hide information no kum so a yebeka say information flow. So they should give it to us. Okay. One, we know say omo bete because ya anya kra no omo Togo kra na this time because of technology. Ye near Ghana nyina omo nim. Omo Niger, Burkina, Mali kra omo nim. They know your budget you be ready in the open to the full glare of cameras ni bibia. Anti information bia ni ho obeka say me the way see and me the way see. Would the mamoa then they begin to rethink and re-strategize as we also monitor their movements. Inti, I think, say, yengina yemfa yehunjim. Esanse ni ekoso no. Say honorable the can is say na una okan ya. Omo ba omo be bisa say why na NDC and why na MPP and why na Christian and why na Muslim. They just strike. Yengina yenya hwe yi. Bar stops, universities. You can say where groups nipa ta ehye mo no. Yengina yenya hwe yi. Na yen sure say yen nyina ye di ye hu begim yan nya ma police for and national security yan fanya manyosem, and that is where the problem is. When we begin to read meanings, esan say opinion bia anko catch rom say omomra Ghana ni ye no NDC MPP to give them the chance, the opportunity to strike. On say omo say ye mu achem ye no, so ye best say yen nyina yen fa ye hunjim, because this is about our life, this is about Ghana. This is about a country that we love and cherish so much. Send Ghana be fan into Mafa Afra. All right, about this is about our life. This is about Yang. This is about Ghana, the Ghana that we cherish. Honorable Tim.
Okay. So Owusu started there. I mean, fan coming here, and I want to say good morning to my brother, and good morning to Chief too, and to yourself. Within a patu and is it a patupre? There's a bird called a patupre.
Patu.
Patu. Okay. No, it's okay. Every media people.
Or her many send a patu.
Yeah, there's that.
But I'm sorry to disappoint you.
No, don't disappoint me. So, make sure your phone. The issue of security and insecurity, I'm saying I cannot have that. And the debate is on, and it will continue till the root cause of insecurity and security challenges. You need to do everywhere so that people can have their peace and to go about their business, not turning back to look at whether someone is monitoring me well or be the bomb by Shebi. And now you cannot have me kind. I say, security is not just about terrorists be invaded. Our own internal affairs is insecurity enough for the terrorists to take advantage to enter. I had to say the what dying a crack I won't patch here no. It's a conduit, a choir more before honmo. It is one patching and one ura. You don't blame the animals or whatever creature that has entered them. You blame yourself for inactiveness or being proactiveness in terms of that. You know, security is about proactiveness. Security is about how collaboration information is done. It's about liaison. It's about carrying the people along on your security distance. And I started from said one of your sister stations said that national security man number say a fra. In terms of you get something, or my friend number, no, people have called million times. I don't want anyone to come and tell me that it's prank call because of that they are not. Whether it's prank or not, we are in an emergency. Pick it. If you pick and it's not prank or any with your to back finish.
That's true.
And it's not only here. Ghana's embassies abroad. Who friend Ghana embassy? You can call it for 100,000 years. They will never pick it. Why? Why is our missions doing like that? Our missions abroad, Ghana. So even people in those countries outside West Africa and in Europe and in the US can have information and they will call our mission to transmit the information. They will never pick the phone. My former colleague in Parliament and Deputy Minister, who took Kwaku Echo US, the passport expired, so no person over. And to a friend, was say, the US government, you know, they have no problem. Some any fear or banner expire point. The Ghana in the case of Behan, when was were afraid the US, the embassy in the US, he called it million times. No one will take the call. Just about a week ago, a friend of mine, also Holland, or person or banner, no person bisa COVID protocols and kick home. I'm saying that he could have gone to the embassy, they have information desk. Or say, my brother, I called million times, they will not pick. So what caricatures do we send there as our representatives? The foreign minister and national security should talk to our employees who pay down the taxpayers' money. It's not only Ghana should say something and see something. Ghanaians outside, even voluntary people outside this country can get a hint and say, let me call the Ghana embassy out there. You call million times, they won't pick. So what is their duty? Someone should tell me. And I win him. At every embassy in Ghana, in Ghanaian embassy across the world, we have what we call the research officers. They are the BNI officers who are sitting there. And if a BNI officer who is a research officer at the embassy will not pick a call, who should pick? Someone should be there to pick. So this much ado about nothing. Our attitudes as public officers who are being paid by the taxpayers' money is the problem. It is not about terrorism. We are on terrorists in this country. If we don't change our attitude, if you're a public officer, national security, look, national security, mama number, monfa. People even can you imagine sometimes when your police in Uber can say, who can know you in your winchain? Has it happened to you? Security man, you are reporting, maybe you are even driving. You have seen a crime or suspected movement of people. Who could you not say, well, you didn't put winchain because I never bribe no babaji hunting them buano.
There is nothing in it for him.
There's nothing in it. So the reorientation, and I don't know what goes there, it has become so irritating.
How do we do it? So the reorientation. No? Mekai President Kufuor time now, Ministry of Information and National Orientation.
Yes.
Yeah, I said there was a deliberate, we say, let us, you know,
yes, but the fellow who was in charge of national orientation, how did he also conduct himself? That is the first thing.
Maybe or not to know here.
Look, we have cyber security, and terrorism is not about conventional war. People can sit in a place and press a button, and the whole place will explode. What is NCA doing? What is our expert in cyber security doing? My cousin said the NCA can trap people. Almost see Chrome Hanmona, almost phones no we use it to collaborate with the Ghanaian local people. NCA will be able to trap phone call from one pole transmitting to the other and say that no, there's some activity here. Let's cross-check. That is how you can trap them. That look, you use your poles, you are able to determine. That's why we bought the phantom machines at the National Security Adjei Jail for eavesdropping of information. So did we buy them to eavesdrop? It is for security purposes. So that me collaborate now, they'll be able to tap in that and to nip me in the bar. So if we don't use our IT technology, we can fight the access. Look, let me tell you, they are very good at IT information. They are brilliantly good. They can hire people and pay them to sit by the computer and monitor the whole Ghana. And if we cannot have a counter monitoring device, what do we do?
Does it look like we don't have it?
Both. I don't know.
Okay. But
I don't know because
I was saying information, something should indicate that they are doing it. Because
yes, we have the capacity.
Because it was cyber security.
Yes.
Crime and cyber security.
Yes, I think national security I think we build it at our time. Like that. If we take security serious in this country, even we need it for our election, we need it for anything within the country. No much chairman for be a local said they were cool mongers and so on. You didn't need to arrest them, you needed to go to their because look, they can print out every information on our phones, and diligently go through to track you down. You get it? Money laundering, gun running, anything about of it. Land disputes. Well, we don't need to have land disputes in Accra. We're having land disputes. Why should land be a problem? Chieftaincy and solve chieftaincy issues. Youth unrest, unemployment, corruption, mismanagement. These are issues of a year. Look, my brother, let me tell you something. You see, we sit down and we joke with security. Every country is paying millions of dollars for their security. Every country all over the world. Even failed countries, this is Somalia, Afghanistan. When we say, look at how the Afghan, your friend said, Taliban, monitor the U.S. activity for the past 20 years. And immediately they raised their leg, their next leg was on it. Why? It was through IT. It was through cyber monitoring of what the U.S. government was doing. And these are people who are rebels for a long time, so they know the system very well. Intino say, we must be serious. Look, the world has given us we are supposed to take about $450 million. I think it's supposed to be shared among countries to fight it, because what is happening is that if there's unrest in Africa, you may think it's not good. It affects the world. It affects all corners of the world. I want to say, small war between Ukraine and that, I'll go around the country, because we talk about what we call global village. And these days, because the world is no more using, conventional war to say you have to move troops there. No, they use what we call intercontinental ballistic missiles. They can even use biological weapon. This thing, COVID was a biological weapon. COVID was a biological weapon. They can use chemical weapon. And look, this insurgents.
But yes, our conclusion. No.
This.
No.
That is it. It's scientific. What I'm talking about is true.
I know. It could be a biological
weapon.
It's
a biological weapon.
It's
a biological weapon. These things are laboratory tested, and they will release them to see how efficacious they are, how effective they will be, so that they will then put it down and say, we have this biological weapon at that. So war banner some young kwase they be release am.
So it was a tested.
It was a laboratory test that went wrong, and that it exploded out. So it is there. Go into history. Go into look at the gas leakage at the Chernobyl disaster. We all know it, and so on and so forth and so on. What was that? So the security issues, we must be serious, first of all, as a country. The security agents are trained. We are security experts. We are zombies walking about in the midst of the police, national security. It's no more about obedi go to action and say, no, they are to come, no nam krum, no threaten say,
or the Adjei so trouble.
We won't girl be over, no, they are shen hand. Now again, so my boyfriend, national security. This is not about boyfriend, girlfriend issue. What was that? So we must work hard and ensure that there's a collaboration between the security. It's not, look, some say young boy national security, let's say a frame of phone, I'm on fire.
They're better
than should there happen war Nigeria, the massacre of Uncle Church. Assuming that one of them was having a phone and he was calling for the national security of Nigeria, no more far. And you know what? In the US in advance, I'm happy many so I enter. Look, security is a priority. Into frepe, and within 5 minutes they are there, they would have surrounded the place. Yeah, you can call till daybreak. We are normal about fire service. You call them after the fire is devastated and they come there. On their nature. So for me, national security must be up and do. It's not about see something, say something. We have been seeing something, we have been saying something for how long now have they taken us? Right. We've been seeing something, we've been saying something. All the time, people have been calling on the police, they've been crying. We'll be to me cry on the phone like that, very pathetically. So, people are prepared to, like he said, when you look at the north, in my place, in my area, the disputes are minimal. Maybe they are Owusu baby. Generally, it is like. But when him out of unemployment for the youth, like if the place is conducive, they'll sit there and even live there like the people of Sandema. Once they don't pick information. They'll go around pretending to drink with them. They are very brilliant guys. Then from there, there can be a stage for them to move. But that's no, and say insecurity in Crawford, so move free Ghana ha. They need collaborators locally. Those who do the things, they are always from the country. The geography of the area, until they can do it. It is a more fragile team, but they will need local collaborators.
Okay.
To be able to fight them.
All right.
So for me, security, yes. But we must be responsive, collaborative. There should be a liaison. There should be confidence building in our people. We should spend much more resources and money in trying to track them down. Because one bomb, one explosion can send us into darkness. And they would have targeted our vulnerable places like Akosombo, the Ebema country now, but down your water systems and whatnot. It is a serious matter. National security must first play the role. And sometimes the information about my woman on the Bible, me, I'm not happy with the information they are bringing. You don't need to. Yes, I'm not happy.
Was meant for police and
that was meant for even not just the general police, for the capos, for national security.
Yeah, but I mean the distribution was that a friend is saying the IGP and the Chief of Defense Staff.
Why should they distribute? They've been meeting every month.
No, but what I'm saying
you don't even need to distribute them in terms of hard copy.
It was meant for.
That is what I'm saying. That you don't even in security time. You discuss it with your people. You don't release it. Say, but now then you would discuss and say this is what we want to do. National security. Send your message to the people because when you're it will leak out because it has shown them that it will leak out.
All right. At least you're whom you know.
Say you leak out. Oh, don't let me say this. It's too early. I mean, me can't get say. Me na makokasa. Me nko kama onkasa. Nana Kwaku.
Ose.
Kona na ntro amrechi. Yeah,
this time feel like be out there see.
Oh no, feel like baby I'm the corner. Baby I'm the corner. Obeka say I'm being partisan. Okay, and especially because my brother no exposed person, but kasa here. And ko kasa to say goma mo kasa ansem na. I would have gone a different way.
Me the COVID no ba make come with you don't worry.
Me that's it. To mami chia many anuma ye share wa ha ni mo ni etiefo na. The issue of security is very important. I feel say we need to discuss it extensively. Sene be ya obi bia beti niema ekoso not only in Ghana but we are safe because in as much as we are not in normal times, no, we need to be very careful of our security. Nidi kan say yeah kasano. We should be able to that is the number one thing that we should know. Say, how do we prevent outsiders from infringing over Yangankasa territory? There is one thing say alaki when we talk about our security system. Education from Pato. Most media houses, I think say the way our picky topic, let's make a survey and find out there and pay how many people are discussing this particular topic. I think say when we take some of these social issues now, it will help this nation. And Tinedi can be for choosing such a topic. Debia Mibisa say, is NCCE still around? Because ye na ye nim say eya so ye bia bibia ekoso o memu ha bia no omo na ese so mbo hu dero. But this is an institution it looks like any system nim. Because a institution bia e kra bia se kra no they have a rep. Inti say security hu nsem no say yetumi dia form so so mbo dero a wo feel say enwura ye nkrase ma amanfo ntene ma biase
matis na nkrofo bi di nkomo bi a efa se nze da bi a ye sori aye pe akatuantomu ye kan ye conditions of service enom ni ade but ya sheda pa audit adwuma ayeye. In fact, do we know how productive, how impactful adwuma ayeye ni sunsanso edeba? Say the any cohort will then ask and what they are taking, whether they deserve it
or not.
And now say ubi cry the original undeserving and so prefer or can group be home obisa condition of service. Yeah, because amount for NCC for their baba intina medical savings. Let's ask how innovative are they?
That's the point.
Even if the resources are not coming, they said they're not honorable Timmy. Young share and social media near your friends and how are they taking advantage? One of them mentioned data. You're saying people. I mean, sometimes near resources.
I get your point, but when you are innovative enough near the Utu Asuyebia, it is up to you to transform Asuyen.
Yeah.
Into say Abia. Chief executive and I say director no da hono then oye afa ejuma for then oye afa said ye na ejuma no ebetumpo. These are questions we need to ask. Now Empono, has he been able to table before the authorities say these are our concern A, B, C, D? When you give it to us, we'll be able to get to a level be a when we are able to see all this, and then yes, we can come and say, Asimesi, he deserved this amount or not.
Performance assessment at all levels.
That's it. Because
you know how
I yet to say Omemu Hano. Sabi, Yehuni say Asuebi so important to say Asuebi. But look, Benkum Jari Nifa, Nanifan so I then Edwari Ben.
Okay.
Say Asuye way any honoma. Bibi to me ko Emma said yes say kono ako.
Association in such a way say they are complementing with it. That's how it's supposed to be.
Say, because look, sir, information here yeah ka say over friend national security na on PK phone. Trust me, say they are for NCC so na bibi ni kra na ofre NCC.
NCCE.
That's right, NCCE. They are for almost na obi nim say oh NCCE office wa me report wa he can easily also report even say national security no person or dealing directly with the individual na it's an institution. And so when they are dealing with institution to institution ayana diplomacy any respect no e was so. Inti, how are we going to make sure that we bridge the gap between the people and whoever the ministry or that institution is? If we are able to blend all these institutions, before say we can be able to move on as a nation, because when the institutions are stronger, the nation also becomes strong. But if the institutions are weaker, everything in it is weak.
But
you see,
do we have strong institutions?
That is the multi-million question.
Then what constitutes the strong institutions?
Yes,
the institutions
we have the institutions, but the motivation for the people working under the institution is weak.
And maybe such a motivation once and a cover productivity once and by.
Thank you.
Everybody, President Kufuor said it the best. Or say, oh, you Ghana honey pretend to say yeah, Juma, and I buy so pretend to say Utiaeka.
That's it.
Well, and this is all because you share that access here Juma Bia or ye. Your indicators been a chess nipa where Juma Medin man no performing dear man on say KPIs, Nisa man. What do we do with them? You go school, we go and learn, you SWOT analysis, everything we know. Everybody say, "You told me say
we theory, baby."
I'm been here fast so the year to my man. Fast so it's me bass.
You see, Debbie, I make say your mindset, the way we think, and Emma your catchy as Ghanaians and I say as individuals, because one, obi any ejuma or abayan so no, or the asheni timu say abayan ejuma de me call 8 na ebo 2 mapon. But Bisane said the same abayin ejumano production na 1.2 no you will expect to say untua woka. But senka wo private about 6 ujine ejumum about 6 no ugusu wo. Nti ade nti na sa mindset na yekita no yentumi nsesa na yentumi mfa mboa oman no. Look, I will always say this. I went to a regional hospital, Kofodia Regional Hospital, as at 2 p.m. Accountant at our hospital hono man for ba omutu sika no say wapon meanwhile you are expecting say
they want to pay you money.
They pay you with money.
It's so annoying.
So look at this attitude. See, I am one person I keep saying say look, other countries now akọ many asifo nyina
so
they
annoying.
encourage private security to be firm and to be strong, and so there's not much pressure on the national security and the people like the police in asifo. There's not much pressure, but in our case, let's look at our private securities. They say, as trend be koso, and if care is not taken, and no one ebema amount for any buyer who to extend say, ubeshena volume van, na asra for any guarded volume van. Nobody is talking about it, but it is a very serious issue because the moment the police, the soldiers are guarding that bullet van, whoever sees it say, there's a lot of money. And if somebody even want to attack her, they can do that. But senka private security bia ya momu intitie bia they can be able to handle this issue over senka pressure beba beto asrafo so. No. Until we can use asrafo at your borders and baby ye hia omo. Say ekobani say ye hia asrafo akoko ye bibia no mudi ye sik amanfo sikechi. Is that a way to go as a nation? So for me, I think say we need to change the way we think. We need to think outside the box. We need to bring on board different innovative ideas. Ebe to miyama krono ayede akonenim. And you see, in doing so, Pato, ime wo honorable Alaji obi biya offer say a minor and all minor odo Ghana. And you see, they biya say Ghana is what we have. If you even travel, one mampoa wabusuan for you send them money, and so say BBC or memu hana who or ebe count obi ho si me dem metuko many Ghana tip apapemu many Ghana ni asebio. But look, uko anya ebe ka obusuan ni bako. So ask yourself, say BBC, won't you feel the pain? You will. Inti meno yen sister your mindset ya dwene na yen hu say yen ankasa no ye hu ye security mama mfa we ntwam. There is this Arise Ghana. We want to embark on a demonstration. Now, we engage the police. The police are saying that look, they don't have any problem with guiding us in the day, but per our letter now, the command police for it means it's going to be 48 hours. Meaning we are going to do overnight. The police were telling us that look, they don't have what it takes to guide us overnight. Why should it be so? Why? So it means we are lacking something.
They say they might use weapons, not free.
Oh, there be it's the country who are having the weapons. We are not abiding. You see, Arise Ghana, it is about we trying to let the whole world Ghanaians know.
Not Arise Ghana demonstration, no. Not fix the country for no more.
Fix the country. Only they normally say June 4th. Arise Ghana is 21st. And look at time I had the demonstration. Look at the time I had the demonstration, and look at when we have given police the ample, notice. Me feel say it is time we address the issues of our national security. Who qualifies to become a national security? Look at what happened in Zamrama line just Saturday. We need to condemn that act. Whether say Nkrofono omuye military, for you to even attack someone in uniform, it raises so much concerns to us. That should tell us there is something wrong with our security system, and we need to sit up as a nation. Because look, it is not about somebody coming from outside to attack you. That makes you say now wait to me are blocking, and that makes you say with security. But how well do they understand your system?
How well do they understand your system? We have raised very important issues. And I come to security, but COVID. I said there's about man homeless. Let's look at this statistics. A man for say But with this one, Martin Kobogu on social
You
media, Missy Kakao, but I don't know, say, well, obviously, in your car, say, Mumrana, May, Juan Contana, Cosro. But let's look at mention no smart now, Transity now, but the pressure, but the local down cry. Yeah, as of today, and who some said they see at any Musa who say, is there anything? See, new cases here 62, active cases here 370. 370. Now, Greater Accra and a baby was COVID now, no, because I say, now in cross and COVID, and is it because of the idea? And I say, a funny video because say, Momo sorry, I'm much high and a cooking pisky, a cohasi, a cohasi, more COVID about. Yet, a cross, I found by a book, more Mubichi, maybe, and no near that. But this is the situation now. But the money here, interesting, and it's about 4 or 5 days ago, in Rusey, what I say, near 100 and something. It started from there 90 something, and all of a sudden, this is where we are. And then we have about 62 new cases. We are asking, say, contact tracing. I mean, it's hard new cases every year. One of them channel. Data no are capture we say no. Then do we know what is actually transpiring? Have we let our guards down? What is happening? But Nana Mendebesha says
Pato, I am not a medical doctor, but I think say our doctors and our researchers, scientists, and they should tell us more about this COVID, the season. In America, so we share the current season in which we are cold.
Flu. In fact, almost all my check and who say about could be or the common flu. Common flu now. Yeah, tiny and and also so some cocosro.
And he means to say, unya cold cocosro. Na yeah, Abiana, Yatumia will say a COVID.
That be more the difference between COVID-19 and H1 something that I don't quite remember. But
variant for
no, but this particular one, no, is you say the Omache say common flu na kasankasa a cosro.
Okay.
Oh, sir. The tough friend of Qatar, a friend cold. You see, because obviously there's a difference between cold and flu. Is it cold? And here say, so and flu, no, I say a more feverish pains, binomnesa, and yamano. You know, there's a difference.
But
a doctor is a medical doctor.
No, I am not disputing that. Doctor didn't say that. I'm not sure. Who doesn't know that? And when did he realize that? Finished, man, and continue.
Okay, well, I'll come to you when I come to you and you ask the questions.
So, and I have also realized that anytime there's some sort of gatherings, programs be a gatherings, be a caution. After the gatherings, then we'll begin to be hearing of COVID. A typical example,
it is true.
A typical example is just last week.
It is true.
MPP for year or more, regional conferences.
And then
yes.
I ECOWAS for also Asia.
That is it. And so we need to be careful about the gatherings. You feel say so we don't observe the protocols. In fact, we need to, and whether you like it or not, Pato, whether you like it or not, COVID has come to stay.
Yeah.
Just as in some years ago, there was HIV.
Yes.
But if you put on condom or you abstain, you'll be safe from it. The same thing applies to COVID. If you are able to adhere to the safety protocols, putting on your nose masks and washing of your hands, I think it will not affect you because look, Tama COVID the bar ne kesi mu pa. Won say yare nkitikiti bi kran so efi system mu to say cholera ne nasefo because
yes no ama yedi ehuni mo
yedi ehuni ye wash yensa na fe na amount for neat. I don't even know say even COVID cry a fin to me the COVID bar because in so to any Bolland 7 Accra I'm thinking say we need to look at all this and I would tax the researchers and the scientists. This is their field. Omo mayenhu nieme bia ye asomaya enu nti etuma COVID ne den kakra na aye say mani mu so na afin so pato ya che by now we should have been able to do a research and say look yenye dru bi ebetumi aboa and say yenye malaria dru because look it is we center for scientific
research center and
as we speak I don't know whether the vaccines we have enough. Bear it in mind, they say all the vaccines that we claim we bought were dashed to us. And as on my vaccines been here toy. So for me, I support the idea say Enka there should be a probe into the COVID whom some. Say there be ya Ghana for.
Ghana must say a coca probe ya say a costly.
Pato. Pato.
Must say a car probe now all of a sudden.
Pato. And the minimum. But may I say as a citizen, and as a concerned citizen, one mama who say we can't be a spectator, and
we should be citizens.
We should be citizens, and so as a citizen, I need to know where my funds or what my funds have been used for, and we all know. Say, Akwalakro on Nam Street is unim say. Vaccines are Ghana yetoye 200. In kind of idea,
okay, so until they come and give us information on it, we are allowed to speculate.
That is
because you are speculating because you don't have information.
Yes, and Emma Dudwana say COVID sikano a group of people be chairman a group of political party be chairman leaders. And so when all these speculations is going on, in order for you to clear the air, allow probity to take its course.
Okay, all right. It's in probity there. And the accountability, the social justice. I don't know the honor. Probity, accountability, and you social justice.
This is the only place, Ghana and Africa, that problems are supposed to be turned around as advantage. Yet we use the problems to make money at the disadvantage of the people.
Problempreneurs.
Yes, and problem profiteers. A problem is a solution by itself to start with. Secondly, you see, if you tell lies about COVID, the symptoms will expose you. The death rate will expose you. You get it? If you tell lies and you don't acknowledge what God has done when you're in that, when you were in that state, and you keep saying that I am me, when I'm the way by until COVID and spread it. When you know what you are saying is a lie, it will expose you, and this position is coming.
So until I buy nowadays.
Look. Minia, what's your car accountability and COVID in the call up? Maybe the candidate for Sanergo, Miss Tete, who finally accounted for COVID. No, and I'm say, that girl has accounted for the COVID process, and we don't need probe again. It's okay. We don't need to do forensic audit again because the girl done criminal free.
But we need to do something to corroborate.
I know what I'm saying. So allow me.
Okay, sir.
It's a beneficiary. We've talked about forensic audit they've denied. And my tier MPP Deputy General Secretary, a friend is saying, Obri Abo or something, or said they have to do it, and other MPP people. Why are you running away from audit? We didn't buy one single vaccine. Yet when we attempt to say, you best secure some from Russia, no? We're profiting from it. The cost of transportation was more than the drug itself. Where in the world have you seen that? It makes just talk of Vladimir Putin a percent of Castle. Why should Vladimir Putin talk to you about? Because the president has president or more they don't have something doing. They have. They are not like your minister in charge of this. Now you will still be promoting you. No, they are not like that. If the COVID numbers are coming, so I'm catch say His Excellency Nana Addo Kwaku put in protocols and spread. They should revoke the protocols and open them to be put so that it won't spread.
Okay, so they should bring the protocols back.
They should bring them back. What I'm simply telling you that it wasn't true, and I've told you those COVID protocols, you know,
But no na edi adanse no. The omo kan say
they no dey buy.
No sisi a say ye bu ye ni go protocols no.
Protocol ben no dey buy.
Surge up.
Where's the protocols?
No, me can't
it
say.
It is not surging now because you bu ye ni meguso. Because we've told lies for COVID. COVID is coming back to tell us that you can't tell lies for us.
But tell say you bu ye ni
protocol. We chat from our why be you are no to COVID yi na no.
Is it not because you bu ye ni go protocols?
There be COVID in case na yi na no say mo chat from no.
Say you ja protocols so to obaba.
Not it. Not that. Look, we had your COVID with Chroma. Did I start my statement? See, Chrome way and most of African countries are problems. But instead of solving the problem, we become profiteers, we become mercenaries of profit to the disadvantage of the people for which the problem is meant to be solved. Even we could not import one vaccine. We are saying Maya. Once a protocol is not present to quite, I can say, why now would you trust now go fast Samaba? You can't normal catch and say, or call your protocols when they are using Zoom to take, according to the vaccines, when they are using that. Into the American say, as a country, no, whether it is in terms of our health problem, our food security, our educational problems, our security problems, if there are problems, the same problem present an opportunity to be able to resolve the matter and resolve it effectively. Okay. Up to today, as such a way that the COVID will not resurge back. It is not only here, but I've seen pockets of it reported all over the world and so on.
Okay.
Into no the amount of money according to COVID. Don't let us joke with this. This is public money. And as you free amano buy no. It is the tax of the people of Krona Kwaji Sikano. Sikampona ye fan Kroma de share COVID mono. It belongs to all over the 30 million people. What was that? Intinisa what you seek kwaye juma. Let's say buam konta. You have no obligation than to buda kontano. Ubo kontana say touch more baby. So that someone in future will not do the same thing you have done. Because we'll be punished. How do we punish people? Because if over 33 billion, up to now, do you know how much 33 billion can do for the people of even the savannah, that is Brong half and northern sectors put together? Recently, near car about the what do you call it? The Auditor General's report. Over 33 billion. What didn't you know about it's over 67 billion. So 67 billion, even if would the shen cry how kwa the juma kaun madian kabe boya. Ebi environment na menu and kano with the onset of the rain in Kukano. There was one girl who died at Tisano, 18-year-old girl, very painful girl. And the girl's death is as a result of corruption. Corruption in the construction of that drain. It's corruption and shoddy work. If not, that brilliant girl wouldn't have lost her life. Okay. Very painful situation. And our actions and inactions, omissions and commission, is what is bringing the untold hardship to the people of this country. Look, public officers and politicians have been very dishonest with the people of this country.
Yo, Chief.
Public officers, then we think of who is in government now, who is doing what. Said and Yama bit me, Akoso. What do you think? Yemu akunta, yemu what is happening. So we know the conversation. People are saying, we want this guy, voices are coming. What is it?
Yo, midawasi, Bato. Me say, akunta na ye kase yembebo no. Say adia yebebo akunta pa. Okay. But nanka mi bisa say time frame bi wo ho no mo a yebe kase time yi na ese obebo akunta na. There's nothing like that. Inti obian to me share say eno ani say esi bebo akunta anti na ma sorry afami files na me ko bo akunta. That's number 1. Number 2 nso no we no COVID no say e ma ne ho so na enya hankwa. It's also across the world. I came just yesterday from Canada. Omo hwe say ebia ombeko back to lockdown. As I leave, me call 2 weeks ago. Me wo honomo, me call honomo na transport me obi ayi na yi. But in last week before I met Bano, afi yesi obi an share ni masks. And amati say to do epe say call back to lockdown. Esan say e man ho so biom. I don't know what is the cause. Uhwe Spain na e man ho so, uhwe baby bebre even in America. Inti enye hankwa. Ne etoso miensa, Miss Tete. Emi say nanum na fumu, we have nothing like COVID funds. There's nothing like that. There's nothing. You can investigate. There's not NBSSI sika obi anya ye Ghana fo nyina e apply ye. A obi a kosa line ye team numbers no. NDCU, MPPU, because ni mama mo bi wa where I was candidate in 2012, parliamentary candidate in 20, almost a lie, and easy. NSS scan was given to individuals and businesses. Ni na your COVID scanning na ye chicheno. Who will come and account for it? Ye chichensu, ye malite free. Ye enya dia ye din. I don't know why they are in a haste. Enya din kra. Ye cheduane. Ye nyama bibri. Ben ye woman ni say, buying and governance no so no. Idea duma ni ye and at the right time no we'll come back to account for it. And now
when is the right time?
Oh no, I'm not talking about the right time. I said they will come and account for
but
it.
But I say your friend finance minister Wama.
Obeba. Emi say
among Crawford. You say akwala no ye say ya. No asha say teaching or say to full say bibi. But you be unsema. Na bibi no and say o mo say. And say obi a scratch. It makes our work difficult because oba no kan sema.
Yeah.
Now, ya no obisa say any ho mo mekan then you are here.
That is true.
Why wouldn't other
come?
There monkey come mo here.
That is true. And say many wo any nipa nan ayeti hanom. Say ye won issues we will know what it is going through. Because NDC have made their mind say senior honorable can I introduce politics into whatever we are discussing. I hardly do politics with it. Emma who say global crisis ama Ghana so ka ho no. And then or turning as if it is the government that has made everything worse in this country. There's no country in this world.
COVID natural is okay.
I'll show you so many things into COVID funds. There's no country in this world that economically. Even Biden is complaining. Inflation across oye. Just last week, what Fred you can say cabinet, then you say you can say mortgage, all over the world. But a hanomono you say to a guana manfweni as if it is the government that is not doing well. Tell me any country in this world today, many honorable Tihoy, said this country is doing well under these circumstances. Near your woman, I know introduce you topic, and I don't know answer. Look, the problem I your woman, say COVID anchor. None to why Ukraine, Russia, whether we like it or not, and also all over the world they are all suffering. Either it's about gas, it's about oil, whether it's about wheat, bread. It is affecting every country in this world. Ain't it, Master? Way you cannot introduce politics.
You cannot introduce politics.
Ain't it, woman is a me.
0200854255. Maybe it's here. But you say
Do you know that the
statistician,
government statistician?
Government statistician, young supply side.
Yes, he
no,
said
and
that
I think
the
Governor of Bank of Ghana
inflation
also said it.
Were not Ukraine-Russia war.
Well, we have a caller. But you didn't for quadrille.
So you cannot run away from
Yeah, I'm Pacho from America, Kogansa.
Now free.
Pacho me free number.
It
is not enough.
Ja, Madam Wase. Say mama yenso akwenye ya yenso be kire adi. Ye mpanifo no te ho a omo de bibia hye covid, bibia hye covid. COVID say bi tafra ke ya hye ye man ye a. Say bi eba ni center mpanifo si warehouses to store things. Amortinantino asemsi a yetumi ayeren yetumi de saa nneɛma na asɔbo yɛ yɛtɔ sɛ covid yɛbi so ɔmo salaries any other expenses ɔmo yegu ɔman ne so no sɛ bitafra kyɛ ɔmo dwene ho ehu sɛ bibi atɔyɛ nkyɛn betumi esi ɔtena enti yɛ reserve saa nneɛma wei ma ɔtena na sisi yɛte ɔman a yɛte ɛka so bibi ti sɛ kɔbɔbosia yɛn so krompo a yɛnom pono ti sɛ kɔfa Danishifo no be di enim akyekere yen enti na tese nyansa ben na je bibifo sisi ayewo ana nim die ben na sisi ayeko school ayesi efe honorable so no ye yusu edit etirema sisi akole bia wo ho a sika because awofo no enye bi enti eso no ankasa odi na emitire krum factories so e wo ho anka amafo betuma nya hu adwuma ye gugugugu ni nia sisi obi aso afa ne kete waba akra ena yenkuru ase no eye den edida ho yantam na mponche mom na dida adan mu adenti na ese basa enti factory say gugu nkurase no ya ye ni ye a senka ndenka amafo fom na ma begu nkrama nkra di congested a amafo toto nyama gu rough na yankasa ye bota ese ye pe sanitation wo bra yankasa no ye toto ye nyama yi hwe MPA votu mo open we fu kurase abehye nkran na ho no obetre kurase wo atoto enyama yie emiano medam ase na ye
na ni abre bruta ana menka yin na nim kwan a be fa so be so you were saying
but oh yes enti wa ho nya esem bi wo ho no mo a odi ye manyo esem a emfa say eti krom ha na Ebola bae Ebola say andu Ghana nanso say ma former president John Dramani Ska from international community say yem fan enye eyi wa ha no mo say na ha be center for Ebola then in West Africa Ska no wo on be bu ho atunta
you are in government
no I'm asking you again. You were in government then when you were talking you talk
hello yes sir but you didn't for free
I'm free Bogoso Efemi Mr. Say
too
Efemi Mr. Say Ikaso Bogoso
me ba you too Mr. Say
I'm a contribution me say if a man a woman no obi ase banko school na ho aba na ekwaye adwuma amafo ni okrasi hello
o say obi a de ne ba ko school na ho ba na ekwaye
adwuma obi ase banko school ko university na ho na ko tra ko ko do banti mama foni okrasi
anti free SHS no na ko ma Granny in secondary school to Omono. Well, that's what somebody thinks.
But let many who say enye nipa duduolo. Advanced countries now almost obiaku school. Omo nye famina ye fa hoe and cutlass.
Okay.
Any idea.
But mame calls me Samra. But you didn't for quite free.
If free people say frame Johnny.
Odi
Johnny Walker.
Johnny Walker yanko.
Because COVID time no ye contribute to Ghana for him contribute to sika bebre ma aban na ajo timinka
o ka COVID fund no
size kanu bebre no papa ni chese mbiti man no cho chese oko America mo ho achirem be se mi hu se American so ya contribute to amomo ana citizens no contribute more ana better me husa
okay I think I get the drift I mean, shall tell Fred. Honorable,
Can I make my point?
You want to make a point.
You see,
no,
yes,
if we start asking questions,
it doesn't matter. In fact, that is accountability.
Did not account for it.
That is accountability. You see, entrusted power, when it's given to you, you have to account to the people. It comes with accountability. If I'm a teacher, our account by teaching the children correctly, wherever that we find ourselves. So the issue of NDC did that, you know, that's why there was a change of government, because NDC and yes, and come up because they are correct monko. That's a most ba. Now because NDC we are not moving forward beyond that. Now, my brother, let me ask you this question.
Before you ask the question, Mami will be and concern. But run away from. Where last call? Hello.
Hello.
Bebacho, your last caller. Odi Fakun Avre free.
Bebacho from Abiku, Mkaseti Takwari.
Abiku yanko.
Okay. Bebacho, Mpensenmpensenmu bisa for the say. You pay for no more Zianse. Bibiano with a COVID, Bibiano with a COVID. Na COVID wa meto Ghana. COVID ameto it. Share COVID this year. Apanim sipokwasi. Upi abonche kra. Omo say yare best too. Amanfu sheshe no smart, amanfu yiga teminade. Sika amanfu ye chochiai. Omo se ba anu amu kitobi no mu deku e take away no mo yaba. Wo fi anu mo de abrew. Nti omo party se sika amanfu inya ya na se amanfu chochiai so mfambo a amam nti sa sika no we. Na Ukraine ni Russia ko mtokwa. Ye Ghana fo so ya fa ho ben. Obi tini ma so ko ntokwa ya se fa ho ben. Eti Ghana nkwana Ukraine ni Russia ko ntokwa akan.
Better ask Abeku.
Issue is this.
We were asking him a question.
My brother, you know, if indeed the occur somebody had told you and somebody are because we are all in this country. Me chrome son of mama Ediane. Apa is mama Ediane. Apa was not mama Ediane. I said Diana now with the money and crime. And Kumasi, and it was 54 million out of a 33 billion. Isn't not mind blowing and irritating? And beyond that, meaning, the Minister for Finance or signed the budget by edit COVID tax a shame. Since he cannot doesn't make sense.
Okay.
Somebody here, Juman see what man see hospital back. Then I want us to put this in perspective. But we don't have enough time normally, the politics will come in because the government is not in vacuum.
Say accountability.
There must be accountability. There's nowhere in the world.
All right, well.
I think sorry. I think this COVID issue, to extend say, and it is raising a lot of doubts in the minds of the ordinary Ghanaian. And look, when say callers in it looks like they are worried about Sikana. Ebedi.
Ghana need the only do ni man send man in
order to clear the air. Pato, Mama Osika. Now Sika no niya. Send how this canaba enu ni o.
No.
Now assembly na semko. But it looks like today, the next day.
Yeah, auditing every institution. Mean you auditing the audit no.
I mean, it is.
The auditor general has audited every institution.
The only cure to this is
to come out and
the way.
That's it.
Yeah.
And I say why busy so much.
Hospital back.
No. Say no na me kan ye. Mo hospitals amusi ye nyina yakufo na ehia ase. E na mo afa regional hospital.
And nobody can say hospital.
I won't go there. Eurojet project. All the hospitals, you never started even a single hospital and completed it.
Your friend is
Rich. It's an extension that you did.
I was on the health committee. I was on the health committee.
We weren't born. Rich was there. Extension. Did you build the University of Ghana?
We took the loan from Hapolim Bank in Israel.
You did some to the certain stage and we came to complete it and commission it. So, Bank of Ghana for the hospital. it was not. It was not the government.
Alhaji,
Parliament of your time. It is not.
on social service. Bank of Ghana. Honorable Timothy Atabu Adnyankopon Cha. Area 226. Original 91.9 FM. Adjei Kasa. Within the Kwaku Owusu Adjei. Bye bye.